Going to start with Louise Eddy. Are you on unmute
I
now?
am. I'm
Hello, Lou.
unmuted. Morning.
Um, Morning. So Lou was the first franchise partner to join us when we launched the new consultant-led model, which is where you don't trade as a location, you are part of the brand. And so, yeah, Lou and I feel a very special connection with you, Lou, because we developed all of that together, didn't we? Over the last 2 years ago, we were chatting, and,
Yeah.
and here we are today. So, yeah, so Lou, introduce yourself.
So I'm Lou Eddy. I'm based in Basingstoke. For those of you who don't know, it's North Hampshire. I run my own marketing consultancy as part of the franchisee network, as Katie alluded to. I've got 20 plus years. I am 50 next month in IT tech marketing. So I learned my trade, shall we say, in a very male-dominated environment. So I appreciate being part of the International Women's Week because I feel very strongly about it. So starting in corporate tech, I spent a lot, similar to Katie, a lot of time in airports and decided that actually I wanted to step away and do something a little bit more local. So 3 years ago, I stepped away from corporate IT and thought I could use my skill set to support local businesses. And also spend a little bit more time at home would also be quite good, and also do things that I actually enjoy doing, like cooking, not just because you're grabbing something on the go. Horse racing. What other things do I do now? Theatre, traveling on
You do
my
everything,
own.
Lou. You're always
Yeah, I know.
everywhere.
I'm always doing something. Yeah.
And the
But
festival, you got to mention the festival.
oh
That's
yeah,
you.
and I'm also running a music festival in August. So more to come on that. The site should go live hopefully this week. But yeah,
Oh,
I shall share that.
yeah,
Yeah, a
fab.
bit of background on me, really.
Yeah. And I think for you, like, ever since you've been within the network and we've worked together, you have always got kind of you obviously use the framework and everything that's in there, but you're forever thinking of new ideas, and that's you, isn't it? Looking outside the box and thinking about how we can better support clients. And we've worked on some things together, haven't we, which have been great. Like
Yeah,
the
and
retreat, and yeah.
I think maybe it's the biggest thing that you guys do is that you think you can do everything on your own, and that's what I did when I first started 3 years ago. And then within less than a year, I think I met you about 8 months into doing it myself. It's not showing
Yeah.
off because you can do it yourself. It's much
Yeah.
easier if you can. You've got somebody to
Yeah.
back the corner.
And I remember when we started talking, because you'd obviously launched freelance under your own brand, hadn't you?
Mhm.
And that kind of move from Hawkwood, as it was, to active was,
Mhm.
it was kind of like a big decision to cut that, the view of building a brand for yourself and all those kind of things. But I think, yeah, what was the turning point when you decided that that was okay?
I think I think probably I hadn't really built the brand of Hawkwood as such. It was when I left corporate, I knew that I wanted to do something myself, but I wasn't entirely sure what to do. And I wanted to showcase, I guess, to myself that I could do this myself. So I think the turning point for me was actually the structure that Active gave to me around building price lists, building awareness, being part of a wider team, but without actually having to do all of the work around PAYE and having the specialists of that the team that you've got in head office is that I guess when I first started, I wanted to try and do everything myself, but now understanding that actually having specialists behind me and not just freelance specialists, because I think that's the way that I started to scale, was having a bunch of freelancers who were very skilled at what they do, but they don't necessarily have the same priorities as I had. And the structure was very different. So I think the biggest thing for me was the structure part,
Yeah.
and you guys having built all of that initially so that I didn't have to,
Hmm.
and I could just utilize and share on the resource that was there.
Yeah.
And I think also, I mean, Caitlin's on, you'll hear from Caitlin later, but Caitlin understands my business and the rest of the team understand my business. So it's not just the fact that you support with some of the tactical elements of the marketing mix. It's much more about understanding me and how I work as well.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So moving on to the theme of give to gain for International Women's Day, we just thought it'd be nice to kind of talk about someone in your career, in your